So what did you use Fable 5 for during its brief public launch window? Pluree AI used it for three main purposes really, and I'm gonna cover them all for you. Number one, number two, number three, and if you stay until the end of the video, you're gonna see number three, which is the most insightful one and obviously the most important one as well. So to begin with, let's look at the first one, which is play. We did a whole lot of prototyping and playing with it, and it was impressive. Its capabilities were really off the charts. So now I will shift the camera and I will present to you the Shed Customizer app that I built, which is just a single shot prompt with Fable 5, and it went a lot beyond of what I was expecting. And I'm sure you don't know, but I've been dedicating a lot of time to a custom shed build, and as you would expect, I'm heavily using AI to help me in the process. So let's take a quick look at the app right now. Here you go. So essentially it's a single page web application using advanced front-end technologies like Next.js and React.js. And what I did here was just create an application for me to visualize the shed I'm building in 3D. And I can literally just come in here and configure all sorts of dimensions, the depth and the width as well. I can add windows, add doors, remove windows, remove doors, do all sorts of really interesting things. And this was a single shot prompt with Fable 5. And look at the application that it has built. Here on the right hand side, you can see that there is a whole lot of estimates and all the material breakdown as well that I've been using. It's really one of a kind, and it's the kind of application that needs a little bit of a custom video, a dedicated video for it, which is coming as well. I promise I'm gonna release this video. But essentially it's covering even 2D schematics. If you shift to schematics, you can see the 2D diagrams of each wall, the floor, the ceiling, all sorts of things. You can just shift like that. And you can see also the timber frame schema for it, which is super impressive. Everything out of a single shot. I can download the CSV containing all the materials that I need to purchase, all the shopping list. It's mind-blowing, guys. We're really living in a different time. Even little details like, for example, if you view here the 3D and you click on the surface, it goes straight to the 2D schematics. And this also was pretty impressive. Essentially, if you click through the door, then you're gonna essentially load the surface which is within the shed, which is in this case was the left wall. How cool is that, guys? Okay, now let's take a quick look at the second play little application that we've been working on here at Pluree AI. This is also a single shot prompt for it to build a 3D animated application for my children. It's just a small application that helps them practice and learn math, and my goal here was really to flex the muscles of the LLM to try and come up with the most advanced deterministic algorithm to let them play with the app and learn from their mistakes and their successes as well, and understand exactly what level of math they are at, and automatically adjust the next questions and the next challenges for them. To be quite honest with you, I do have a strong feeling that this was one of the last little plays I did with Fable 5. I suspect the model behind it is already Opus 4.8 and not Fable 5. However, still a lovely application, and if you look at it, I'm gonna demo it to you now. This is essentially what it is. Basically, you load it up, you come up to this welcome screen. It gives you a small code for compliance reasons. It doesn't capture any of your children's details. You can select here the level. You can go, beginner, medium, and advanced, and you hit play now, and this is what it is. You have your character. It has its own pet, and you can just go and solve math problems here. So if you go and say 7 and you click check, it goes to the next level, right? So in this case 9, off you go. It's calculating combos. It gives you streaks. It's pretty interesting. You can even have a whole set of achievements here, which you can save as collectibles. All of these things I've defined on the prompt, and it just essentially rolled it out and built it in one go. Okay, super impressive, even if I suspected this was Opus 4.8 already. Okay, perfect. Now that we covered the play, we're gonna move on to number 2, which is already focusing on bringing the best value to our clients. Right now at Pluree AI, we have about 7 production applications which are out there in the wild for our clients, and the number 2 usage we focused on with Fable 5 was essentially to scan every single app, looking for gaps in the user experience or gaps in the logic as well of the apps to try and identify as soon as possible where we can rectify them if there is any defect or if there is any big win at hand. So essentially, after running the scan, we came up with a couple of gaps which were rectified, but most of all we came up with 7 different low-hanging fruits, which are new improvements for our clients' apps that we queued up in our backlog for us to go and discuss with them and see how we can manage it in a good way and publish it to production for their own benefit. And as you can imagine, these things come at a very small cost, because for us here at Pluree AI, it's a simple AI prompt and we get incredible insights and incredible value that we can bring to the table, discuss with our clients and bring to them the smile in their faces, really, because when it comes from us, bringing it to them, it makes all the difference. They say, look, you guys are on top of it, you're thinking of us. But not only, it's not a ridiculous price as well, it's something very affordable, and we're even able to work with small to medium businesses as well, because they can afford and they are really eager to listen to this sort of proposition as well. So this was usage number 2. And now it brings us to usage number 3, which is the most important one, right? And this is something that ever since we heard about Mythos 5 and its cybersecurity capabilities, we've been eagerly awaiting for this to be launched publicly, just so we could act upon this, right? Because I don't know if you know, but Mythos 5 was able to identify several zero-day vulnerabilities in existing applications and servers out there as well, which we were not aware of before. And that's the reason why it was not released to the public immediately, because it was so powerful. And yes, so whenever we heard, at the time that we heard that Fable 5 was released, this was the most immediate action we took, actually. It was essentially to address, the cybersecurity scans in our existing 7 production apps. So this is how it happened. I began these scans ad hoc, okay? Logged into my artificial intelligence business operating system. It's essentially just a Claude session where it's initialized in a folder, and I have all the description of all my business processes and all my custom commands and skills. I issued a few ad hoc commands for cybersecurity scans, and lo and behold, it came up with 6 different vulnerabilities. And those 6 vulnerabilities were automatically scheduled and raised as tickets in our ticketing system, where our coding agents are looking at them. And because they are cybersecurity vulnerabilities, they essentially immediately prioritized those tasks and picked them up and started to implement the fixes. Once the fixes were implemented, they were committed to source control, which triggered continuous integration. Continuous integration ran all the different unit tests and checks. Then this triggered our QA AI agents to go and do some QA on the apps. When all the tests passed, they automatically were published to production. And this was beautiful to see as well. It was such a good feeling to see that the automation is all working in place and everything is pretty robust and publishes to production in a very robust way without us worrying about as well. So this was it for today's video, guys. If you like, just please make sure you give us a like, and if you're interested in this sort of content, if you think that is bringing value to you, make sure you subscribe. Pluree AI is a small operation as of now, but it's surely picking up pace, and it's going to be an exciting few years ahead of us for sure. Thank you. See you next time.